Hey, Chandler here with the Daily Movie News Roundup, and it appears this week is one of those weeks where all the stories tend to be in one direction, and that is Ben Affleck's The Batman. Just in case you've been in a coma the last 5 days, on Monday it was announced that Ben Affleck is no longer directing The Batman, but he's still extremely committed to the project, still starring, still producing, but he's not directing because of the demanding toll that would take to both star and direct the film. And true to how the internet works, it's been filled with speculation, rumors, stories, and further stuff, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So while this announcement is only 3 days old, that hasn't stopped the internet rumor mill from having 3 different stories in 3 different directions regarding this film. First off, right out of the gate, we assumed this was coming, but as soon as the story broke, a rumor started circulating that Ben Affleck will no longer star as Batman in the film, in which case he would appear in Justice League, definitely, obviously. Rumors circulation that he's going to have a part in Wonder Woman, and then he's out after that. That's a rumor going around, not confirmed, nothing like that, but it's circulating. And combined with some older rumors about Armie Hammer being around set, and maybe that meant he was going to be Green Lantern, new speculation is that maybe Armie Hammer is in talks to replace Ben Affleck as Batman. All rumors, totally unconfirmed, silly to talk about to an extent, but started the day after this was announced. Second story starts to circulate. Of course, speculation as to who would replace him as the director in the movie. And so the speculation rumors, apparently some people saying they have some sources saying Matt Reeves of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes fame is kind of the top guy that they're looking at. And then their backup guy, if that doesn't work, is Matt Ross, who did Captain Fantastic, a film I know absolutely nothing about, except that I believe Viggo Mortensen is in it. That's the extent of my knowledge of the film, so I can't really comment on that. I really like that Matt Reeves option, though. That would probably be my choice. Third story breaks today that Chris Terrio, the writer of Argo, the guy that wrote the final draft of Batman v Superman, has taken a run at the Batman script over the last several months. So rumors for a while that it was Ben Affleck as well as Jeff Johns writing the script for it. This story, which lines up with some other rumors that have been going around from Deadline, says that Chris Terrio has stepped in, wrote a draft that has been turned in for the movie. Now, I don't normally run in the rumor mill, but because this project and this announcement and this whole train wreck is so fascinating to me, I thought I would cover it because honestly, I want to talk with you about it and have some discussion in the comment section. So right off the bat, throw your comments below. What's your take on all the rumor mill? Isn't it just out of hand? Is this all just ridiculous? I want to talk about it. That's why I made this video. That's really kind of what I picked the videos and topics based off what I want to talk with you about. So that's why I'm bringing all of this up. With all that said, I want to get into my thoughts on some of this. And right off the bat, I just have to say, kind of following up the announcement from Monday, my reaction to it. My original subtitle for the video was RIP DCEU 2013 to 2017. I went with a more clickbaity, the DCEU sucks, it's confirmed. But my original one was, this is the death of the DCEU. And so then the main feedback kind of discussion back and forth on this is that essentially Ben Affleck saying that he doesn't want to direct it because he wants to do the best as an actor and he has other roles. And so it just was too much for him. That's not unreasonable. Totally true. I'll even one that up. We were stupid to want Ben Affleck to write, direct, and star in the Batman movie. For the simple fact of the matter is to star in one of these types of movies, a blockbuster of this scale, is a tremendous task. Just for him to stay in shape to play the Batman takes hours per day, because it's not just working out, it's also the amount you have to eat. The calorie intake and the types of foods you have to eat takes an enormous amount of time, plus working out. Then add on to that, when you're the writer, that means you're the script correspondent, you're trying to work with everybody to know what they're supposed to be doing, you're the expert on the script. Then you're the director, which means you have to direct everything going on. Expecting one human being to be able to do that on a film of this scale is stupid. You can just look at the interviews of Ben Affleck over the last year, and he's saying stuff, I learned so much making Batman v Superman. I hadn't done a blockbuster in a while. I'm just learning how to do all the special effects. And even as recently as during the Live by Night interviews, I saw one just a couple days ago where he was talking about how the technology's changed so much since the days of Armageddon, and I'm still trying to catch up on all of it. In fact, I got kind of the impression that if you've ever watched the special features on your favorite Transformers movie, you might know more about how all the green screen technology works than Ben Affleck does. So this idea that he was going to write, direct, star in this whole deal was always kind of a dream of ours that was stupid, that didn't seem particularly realistic. So, to your point, him not doing all that, probably a very good life choice. But that'll tie back to some of this stuff in just a minute. Second one that people say is that it's just the director. There's a lot of great directors, so he's still writing it, still part of the writing, producing, and still starring in it. What's the problem here? There's a lot of great directors. In which case, that is also entirely true. I would totally agree with you. There's tons of great directors that can come alongside that are better directors at this type of movie. So him as a storyteller and someone that can think script, how to construct story, can work with someone that can work with the big special effects and the crew. That all sounds great. But all of this is not looking at this film in isolation and this specific person involving this specific role in isolation. Because isolated, just looking at Ben Affleck, is it best for him to write, direct, star in this movie while trying to remain in great shape while being closer to 50 than to 38? I think he's 44 right now. But he's getting older in age. You can't just look like Batman without putting an enormous amount of actual physical work. That's all good in isolation. The problem is the chaos of the DCEU on the whole, where while they are actively announcing new projects, you have to put this in perspective. They're announcing new projects left and right. Over the last 3 weeks, they've been announcing new projects. In behind the scenes, the guy that is writing, directing, and starring in their maybe flagship project, The Batman, the one that people are most excited about, their character that is the most consistently bankable, that project's in chaos. Because Ben Affleck, I can't do this. He's overstressed because of Live by Night. He's going through a divorce right now. He's frustrated by the disappointing results of Live by Night, the disappointing results of Batman v Superman. He's going through a whole lot of stuff and saying, I don't think I can direct this movie. While that's going on, they're like, hey, let's do Black Adam. Hey, let's do Gotham Sirens. What if we did Green Lantern Corps? I mean, this is like a hopped up 13-year-old with ADHD just running around talking his mind off, just jumping all around thinking about every different thing and saying it out loud and announcing it. That's the way that the DCEU is treating this gigantic franchise. So when you put it in that perspective, why am I worried? It's not because I'm like, oh man, the thing's falling apart because Ben Affleck doesn't think it's a good idea for him to try and do all this work. No, this is wisdom right here. The problem is everything else about this. And to the point of, when you stop and think about it, yeah, it's really dumb to ask a 45-year-old man that's going through a divorce and has got a bunch of kids to try and stay in incredible shape while directing the movie, while being the guy that's over the script, while trying to star in it. That's obviously stupid. And so why didn't they start discussing that sooner? Because they're not thinking straight. They're not making wise choices. They're trying to catch up. They're trying to make announcements that keep people talking. They're trying to put pictures out that keep people talking. They're not doing anything that makes sense in regards to trying to build confidence. They're just trying to build a brand without a clear plan in any of this. It's just random announcements, random stuff going on. And then you can just kind of track the history of some of this stuff. So Ben Affleck has always seemed flaky as to whether he's doing this. There's a way to handle that where he comes out and they make an announcement. We like the idea of Ben Affleck directing this. However, that's a big task. That's a lot to ask one person to do. So we don't know if he's going to do that. We're looking into it. It's certainly a possibility. We're not sure if he wants to. We're not sure we think it's best for him. But absolutely, we love this project. We want to work with him. And so just so you guys know what's going on. You don't always need to do things like that, but when your lead guy is in doing so many press interviews, making so many weird statements, probably good to just say, hey, here's the real conversation that's going on. So that's one thing to talk about. Second one is they bring in Chris Terrio to rewrite the script. And this, if he just turned to drafting, that means he's been working on it for 2-3 months. For 2-3 months, Ben Affleck's been making weird statements. A rumor came out back 3-4 months ago that the script that him and Jeff Johns wrote was a mess. You could look it up. I'll put a link to it, try to remember, put a link to it below. The rumors that this thing's a mess have been going around for a while. The rumors that Chris Terrio's brought in have been around for a little bit now. And so right as that stuff, funky stuff starts going on, you also get Ben Affleck making even weirder, more extreme comments about whether he is or is not going to write and or to direct it. You just put all these pieces together. It's not that he's overworked and shouldn't do all that stuff. We're all on the same page. Good call. Probably good call to have someone else do this. The reason we have no confidence is because there's nothing to have confidence in. Confidence comes from trust. Do I trust the people that are running all of this, making decisions? Do I trust them? Thus, do I have confidence? Do I expect this to be good based off their decision-making grid that they use? The answer is no, because they can't filter through good and bad ideas. They can't filter through what to focus on. They can't filter through which direction to announce, when to announce things. They can't even keep like a lid on what's going on behind the scenes. So all of these things keep coming out. And Ben Affleck's like, I don't know if I'm going to write it, and I don't know if I'm going to direct it. We don't even have a script yet, and I'm not going to do it if it's not great. 2 weeks later, yeah, I am definitely directing the Batman. 2 weeks later, I'm out. I'm not directing. It's too much work. It's not going to, we've talked about it, and so I'm still producing. I'm super committed, though. When you look at all this stuff, it just does not look good. It does not give trust. And the most telling piece to this is The Flash. That they announced it, 2 years ago now? They put him in Batman v Superman, setting up the character. They put him in Suicide Squad, just a little bit in there. So establish him, announce the actor. All this is in place. They've gone through 3 directors, which is really bad. That's really bad when you go through 3 directors on a project you've announced. And then days before Ben Affleck drops out, they're doing a page 1 rewrite of the script. That's take the script, throw it out, and we're starting over from scratch. That's really, really bad. The project's not coming together, but they announced it. They want it, so they're trying to make it happen, but it keeps falling apart. It's like if they weren't like trying to speed through all this, speed through the Flash. If they weren't trying to speed through all this, you would call this development hell, but the reason you don't call it development hell is because they're trying so hard to make it happen, and they're doing that with all of this stuff. Why would I have confidence in people that can't get the script on The Flash working? Why would I have confidence when so much information is leaking? Why would I have confidence when they can't seem to agree on what's going on with the Batman? Why would I have confidence when they seem to be chasing whatever thing they think will get people interested? The Green Lantern Corps, Black Adam. We want to keep The Rock. Let's do a Black Adam standalone movie. None of that gives me confidence. None of that should give you confidence. So I don't trust them. There's a problem here. There's something wrong with the entire way that they're doing everything, so things aren't working. And that sort of bad producer, executive garbage mess is probably trickling down into other movies. It trickled down into Batman v Superman, trickled down into Suicide Squad. So naturally I have to go. I'm sure it trickled down into Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, because it's a period piece, probably was able to avoid most of it. But why? I don't trust the people that were over that project anymore. I don't trust the people over Justice League anymore. I don't trust any of the people working on any of this stuff. For all those reasons, DCEU is dead to me. What do I mean by saying it's dead to me? It means absolutely nothing. It's just a dramatic statement. I'm going to go see all their movies when they put them out. I'm sure it's just going to happen. But at the same time, my confidence in them is dead until Wonder Woman is awesome. I'm hoping it's awesome. I want it to be awesome. Justice League. Such low expectations. Want it to be awesome. Want my mind to be blown. I want to be pumped about the Batman, but when I'm going, I don't know who's writing it. I don't know who's directing it. I don't know if Ben Affleck's going to star in it. All I know is the producers, the people and the executives, the people that are locked in place, they're morons. So I don't trust any of this stuff anymore. That's my take on it. What's your take on it? All these random rumors, the DCEU, do you still have trust and confidence? If you do, you're confusing to me. I don't get how you can still have confidence and trust in any of this with everything that they've done so horribly wrong. Tell me what you think. Comment below. I don't want to just talk about the Batman and rant about it. I want to talk about it and rant about it with you. If you're new to my channel and you never clicked that subscribe button, please consider clicking that subscribe button. During the work week, I do this daily movie news roundup where, well, I talk about the daily movie news. I also do 3 or 4 movie reviews per week, as well as a live show on Sundays where I go live, I take your comments, your questions, and interact on whatever's kind of going on in the world of movies that I want to talk big picture about with you guys. And as always, thank you for watching.